Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Paulina covers up her illness. Tate blows up at Holly after Lani's release is delayed according to Days of Our Lives. Holly Jonas came inside from fencing practice with Johnny DiMera and flirted with him before suggesting they get some lunch. Holly was disappointed since Johnny had intended to take Chanel Dupre to the bistro instead. Despite first declining Tate Black's invitation, she eventually texted him back and said they could go out to dinner. At Paulina Price's house, she appeared fatigued as she attempted to assist Chanel in selecting an attire for her day anniversary. Even though Paulina liked Johnny, when the conversation went to Christmas and Lani Grant's return, Paulina provided some discouraging details. Lani's release from prison had been delayed owing to backlogged paperwork, so Paulina predicted that everything wouldn't be completed in time for Christmas. Paulina had an emotional breakdown that appeared to be over more than Lani's release, but she eventually let out all her emotions and rage before saying she was all right. Chanel was apprehensive about leaving her mother alone, but Paulina assured her that she would sleep because she was exhausted. There were also times when Paulina appeared aching and out of breath, but she concealed her symptoms from Chanel on Thursday's edition of Days.
Christmas tree, which
Nicole Walker DiMera had a surprise goodnight at the bistro. Johnny and Holly briefly crossed paths with Nicole and EJ before departing on their respective date evenings. Holly Turn refused Tate's invitation to take her somewhere exotic using Brady Black's gold card. Thus, two dates blended quickly. Instead, Holly simply wanted to eat at the bistro, which Tate realized when they walked in and saw Johnny sitting with Chanel. Chanel spotted Holly and Tate, which confirmed her assumptions about Holly's crush on Johnny. Johnny downplayed the idea once more, urging Chanel to concentrate on their personal evening together. When the subject of Lani's delayed prison release came up, Johnny wanted to help Paulina in any way he could because his ex-mother-in-law might become his future mother-in-law one day. On episode of Duel, Tate told Holly that he wasn't stupid and that he knew she was only using him. Holly reminded Tate that he promised to assist her in breaking up Chanel and Johnny, but Tate insisted he was finished. Tate snapped at Holly's ridiculous fantasy of being with Johnny and informed her that it would never happen. Tate contended that Johnny would always consider Holly as his little stepsister. Furthermore, Johnny was far too old, 2 to 10 in the pen old, according to an enraged Tate. With Sarah Horton, Holly's reaction revealed that Victoria Cook had slept through the night. When Xander admitted to singing Victoria a Scottish lullaby, Sarah thought it was sweet. Sarah came dangerously near to touching Xander's hand on Victoria's pram, but she looked scared and made an excuse to flee. John Black showed up at Marlena Evans' office and begged her not to work too hard, but it was difficult for her because so many people needed aid this time of year. They talked about the delight of their grandkids and shared an embrace just as Sarah entered after John handed over a framed photo of Jude Brady. While Sarah sought advice from Marlena, John excused himself to go have some coffee. Sarah admitted that she wasn't co-parenting with Xander alone. Marlena was relieved to hear that Sarah knew the stakes were higher with Victoria involved and was carefully assessing her options. Xander approached John in the waiting area and admitted that his relationship with Marlena was the stuff of a romantic legend, so he thought John might offer some advice. John thought Xander was a jerk, yet he nevertheless advised him to turn over a new leaf for the sake of Victoria and Sarah. When Sarah returned, Xander offered to walk her home with the baby. Sarah replied she'd like that a lot, so she took Victoria to see Santa with Xander. Following that, Xander and Sarah made a joke about Victoria sobbing in the photo. Sarah and Xander both saw a dollhouse for Nicole became even more angry when she saw that the box allegedly contained the baby's ashes. Nicole immediately calmed down, saying a prayer for healing and assisting EJ in scattering the ashes outside. PJ also showed a baby ornament he'd purchased, so Nicole hung it on the tree, vowing to do so every year in remembrance of their kid. Holly's date crasher plot and Ashes trick Paulina's sad confession. According to Days of Our Lives, John Black will surprise Marlena Evans when he visits her office. Marlena will appreciate the distraction because she will reveal that she has been dealing with a lot of difficult cases. Following that, Xander Cook will go to the hospital. Sarah will find Xander irresistible in daddy mode, making it difficult for her to keep things platonic. Other Days reports that Nicole Walker DiMera and EJ DiMera will have a nice dinner date, which they will consider a minor win given the terrible sadness they've been coping with. Unfortunately, when EJ and Nicole return to the DiMera mansion, they will face a harsh reminder. A special delivery will take place involving the baby's ashes. or at least what EJ and Nicole have been informed are their baby's remains. Dual fans already know EJ isn't the father, but Nicole's stolen child is because they don't have all the details. It will be challenging, but Nicole will make an effort to find a way to recover. Day says Paulina Price will assist Chanel Dupree in preparing for her upcoming anniversary date with Johnny DeMira. Chanel will soon detect strange feelings and realise that something is wrong. When Chanel shows concern about her mother, Paulina assures her that she is okay. However, Paulina will finally reveal some devastating news. Lani Grant was due to be released from prison in time for Christmas, but her parole may have fallen through. Chanel may believe that's the only reason Paulina has been acting strangely. But Day spoils Holly with an amazing evening, but her attention would remain on pulling Johnny and Chanel apart. What's the deal with Paulina? As the holidays approach, emotions are running high on Days of Our Lives. Jada misses her father, but is about to find out that her ex-husband is just around the corner. Plus Sandra and Sarah getting closer. Sitting with her. Leo has the anniversary of your father's death, he recalls. But when he gives her a warm hug, Steve tries to offer her some words of encouragement. Your dad would be so proud of you. He says emphatically. Later, while drinking with Jada, Stephanie finds she knows nothing about her ex. You have a picture? She asks. But when Jada puts up a photo of Stephanie with her ex-husband, Stephanie has no idea it's Everett. Sarah tried to keep Xander away from their daughter. But might Victoria be the catalyst for the couple's reconciliation? There's so much history between us, Sarah acknowledges. I'm getting all the familiar signals. My son is dead. But will Xander and Sarah put everything on the line to give love another chance? That wasn't true. Says Leo. Was he really going to spill the beans so quickly? Chanel is on cloud 9 after a beautiful anniversary meal with Johnny. This is going to be the best Christmas ever, she exclaims to her mother. Unfortunately, Paulina has something to say that will send her daughter back to Earth.